2016 coverage continues with our exclusive political analyst. You know these guys very well by now. Former Republican state representative and former Democratic U.S. Congressman Ron Klein. That's Adam Hasner. There to the right.
Didn't mean to forget you, Adam. I know. I was
There's no slight there whatsoever. Let me be very clear.
We can start over.
You know, we're friends. We go way back. Well, thanks for joining us. Let's talk about this race for the White House. The latest CNN poll of polls shows Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump virtually neck and neck. And Adam, I want to start with you. These polls for the last couple of weeks have actually been very close, falling within that margin of error. What do you think we're going to see happen come election night?
Well, I think in addition to looking at the polls, you're also looking at the race to 270 and how do you get there? And that's really the issue for Donald Trump, is how do you get to 270 electoral votes? He has to win all the states that Romney won, and then he has to find some other states. Florida's a must, Ohio's a must, and then you start looking at Nevada, Iowa. At that point, you're still 6 electoral votes short. And so that's really what we're going to be watching. How does Trump do in Florida, in North Carolina, which is a state Romney won, in Ohio, and then maybe out west, Nevada, Iowa. That's what we're going to be watching on Tuesday night.
Ron?
Well, I think Florida, as we all know, is sort of the linchpin. It's a do or die for Donald Trump in the sense if he doesn't win Florida, he loses. If he wins Florida, he's on to the other states that Adam already mentioned. For Hillary Clinton, she obviously is focusing a lot of attention on Florida and some of the other states that Adam mentioned because her path to 270 is a little easier. There are different combinations that she can get there even without winning Florida. But Florida is the key to all this, and that's why they're crisscrossing the state, the candidates themselves and their vice presidential partners.
Well, in Florida, early voting, the numbers have already surpassed the numbers from 2012. I mean, who does that benefit in all of this?
Well, I think that what you're seeing, and you can probably hit these numbers lots of different ways, is a tremendous amount of interest on all sides. I think the one thing that really can't get picked up on the polls is what kind of crossover vote is going on. How many people on the Democrat side are voting for Donald Trump? The polls seem to show a very small number in advance of the election. On the Republican side, there are definitely some people that are either not voting for Trump or Clinton or voting for Hillary. So really, that's not showing up yet. We just don't know and won't know until Election Day.
I think Ron's right. With only just a few days to go, 4 years ago, Democrats had already surpassed Republicans in the early voting. This year, there's 5.3 million early voters already. Ron mentioned there's great enthusiasm. We won't actually know that until Election night. The question could be, are these people that would have voted on Election Day anyway and are just voting earlier, maybe just to get it over with? They want to be done with it. So we won't know if there's greater turnout until Election Day, but right now the early voting is just blowing it out this year compared to 4 years ago.
All right, Adam and Ron, thank you both. We'll be talking to you a little bit later in this newscast.
Still to come.